I met my ex-boyfriend on CHATROULETTE, and that resulted in me moving to Copenhagen for 2.5 years. And yeah, eventually I got a job out there as an au pair, and that's what allowed me to live out there, and that shit was crazy.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, what's your name?
My love.
My love. I'm gonna call you ML.
No, because I want you to say something like, what do you want to talk
Ah,
about today, my love?
no, that's creepy. I don't like that.
I thought I would get you. Okay, you can call me whatever you want.
ML, what's up? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm about to, well, I'm not about to. I'm getting ready. I was doing my makeup while watching Meet the Parents. And I called you like 107 times.
Well, what is it you wanted to talk about?
Oh, I wanted to talk about when I met my ex-boyfriend on CHATROULETTE, and that resulted in me moving from California to Copenhagen for 2.5 years.
Oh, yeah. How was that journey?
You know, it was crazy. Do you know what CHATROULETTE is? I feel like when I've told people this story, they're like, "What's CHATROULETTE?"
Yeah, of course. ChatRoulette is a place where you can go to see people jerk off all over the world.
Yes, basically, yeah. And this was a long time ago. This was when CHATROULETTE was really new. It was like 2000, I don't know, 19 or something, or not 19, 9. And my friend and I used to go on there together and just fuck with people. And there was one day I went on by myself. I had time to kill. Yeah, it was just a bunch of dudes jerking off, and you just press next until you meet someone that's normal. And yeah, it was this dude, and we didn't even talk for very long, but yeah, we ended up becoming pen pals for about a year. And then after a year, I was like, I've never been to Europe. I don't even know what Denmark. I knew nothing about Denmark, never was on my radar. And I was like, would it be weird if I came to Denmark and, you know, stayed there for like a week or something just to go to Europe for the first time? And he said no. And everyone thought, like, my friends had like a going away party for me because everyone was convinced I wasn't going to come back. And yeah, I went, and we ended up dating like right away. And like a year, we were long distance for a year. I would go out there every few months for like a month at a time. And yeah, eventually I got a job out there as an au pair, and that's what allowed me to live out there. And that shit was crazy because an au pair, like, you're supposed to kind of live with a family in exchange for pocket money and just having the experience of living in another country, in a different culture or whatever. You're supposed to be kind of like a member of the family. I didn't know what au pairing was before I started applying for it. And this lady, she told me right away that she expected a little bit more. Like, her standards were a little higher, and I was so desperate to move out there, and I had interviewed with so many families that fell through that I was like, sure, yeah, whatever. I didn't think much of it, but yeah, that bitch had me working 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, and I made her and her 2 kids breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. I had Sundays off, and on Saturdays I would have to make you know, enough dinner for them to have, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for them to have for 2 days. I cleaned her entire house. She was hella rich. She lived in like a mansion. Cleaned that shit. Mowed her lawn. I had never mowed a lawn in my life. Trimmed these hedges that were like 10 feet tall. I'd never done that shit before. She had me like weigh her food and keep an inventory, like in an Excel sheet, and it was intense. It was very intense.
Did you get paid at all, or was this like just in exchange for living?
No, I got paid, but man, I was living extremely paycheck to paycheck. I've never lived that paycheck to paycheck in my entire life because Denmark is such an expensive country. And the first, 3 months, I lived in her house in a room just to really get a feel for what the expectations are and get to know her kids and stuff. Because part of what I had to do on top of everything else was take her kids to school, pick them up from school, teach them English, make sure they did their homework, bathe them, everything. And after 3 months, she upped my pay so I could get an apartment with my friend. But she was like, but the expectations are going to be higher. And I was like, okay. But I mean, I had no choice. I did not want to live with them anymore. It was very hard working like that. And then going home is just going upstairs to a room. I was just in a room all day because I don't want to hang out with them. And she was very crazy. I thought it was normal at first. I'm like, I'm in a new culture. I don't know. Maybe everyone out here weighs their fucking oregano and then puts it in an Excel sheet. And
wait. You were weighing food and putting it in Excel?
Yeah.
Is that a Danish thing or just this lady?
No, it's her. I learned it was her because after months of doing that, I was out with friends one night just exhausted, and I was just like, man, telling them about all the shit she's having me do, and I'm like, is that what you guys do out here? And they were like, no, what the fuck? So, yeah, she was just crazy, I guess. And she had a huge basement, and in the basement was so much food, multiple freezers and fridges, completely full. And every other week, I would have to go down there and take inventory and put it in a spreadsheet. And I don't know why she had me do that. I think it was she had some issues for sure. I think it was just control. She wanted control of her environment because she didn't have control in a lot of other aspects of her life. I learned over time. Yeah, it was pretty wild. I still keep in touch with the little girl. She's 18 now, which is crazy. But
yeah. How were the kids? Were they nice or were they bratty?
The little girl, I mean, her and I were cool. She was the older one. She was 8 when I started there, and the little boy was so little. He was 3. So I didn't really build a relationship with him because he really just spoke zero English, and no matter how much I would work with him and try to teach him, he just, I don't know, didn't want to learn English. But the little girl learned English so fast, and so her and I were cool, but she was absolutely out of control. She would just straight up be like, fuck you to her mom, and be like, this is bullshit.
Damn.
And it was tight because I was like, dang, she's saying so much I wish I could say to her, but she's my boss, so yeah, I had to.
So you also hated this lady?
Yeah, it was complex because I hated her in a lot of ways because she would really hold over my head deporting me. And
really?
I moved to Denmark to be with my boyfriend, so I was going back to the USA was my worst fear. And I felt like I was working my fucking ass off, and if I didn't do one thing to her standards, it would be hey, before you leave for the night, do you mind if we sit down? And it's oh, fuck, what? And it would just be this intense conversation of her and then her being I really don't want to send you back to the U.S., but I don't know what else to do. This can't continue. And I'm oh, okay, I forgot to pack an apple in the kids' lunch or something. I don't know. It's something so tiny.
Yeah. Wow. This woman sounds like a cunt.
Yeah. But at the same time, I felt really sad for her because I feel like I learned stuff about her that a lot of her family didn't know. Her dream was to work on Wall Street in New York. She's super smart. She was the CEO of the energy, the solar energy company in Denmark. And her ex-husband lived in China. He's super rich, owns some pharmaceutical shit in China. And basically I learned that she got pregnant by him super young. He's about like almost 15 years older than her. And it just like put all her dreams of moving to the US and doing all these things on hold to have kids with him. And then he ended up having an affair in China because he would go there for business all the time, and then basically was like, hey, I actually love this woman in China, so I'm going to move to China and peace. So she was like a single mom while he was with his woman in China that he cheated on her with, and then he had a baby with her. And the kids would like Skype him once a week, and it was only for 30 minutes. And by then I had learned Danish pretty well, and their conversations would always be like, hey, I got you guys a present. You want to guess what it is? And then the kids would be guessing what it is, and then, 30 minutes are up. All right, talk to you next week. So that was like the extent. And they would visit him once a year, and I got offered to go, and I would be paid. But I really thought about it, and the vibes were off. I was like, hell no, this guy sounds crazy, and I'll be stuck in China. I'm good.
Wow, and she told you all this?
But, yeah. She would I felt like she had no one else to talk to. I mean, she didn't really have friends. I would offer to keep the kids over the weekend. I'm like, do you want a weekend alone? Like, do you want to go out, go on dates? I don't know, something. Because all she did was work and then be with the kids. That's it. And yeah, I feel like she didn't have anyone to talk to about it. And it's crazy because, so fast forwarding to, I'm already back in the U.S. It's 2.5 years later. It's like 5 months after I'm home. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said her name.
We can bleep it out.
Okay, I don't think she listens to this, but I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, the little girl, she messaged me on Facebook, and her English was all weird and broken, and I know she speaks perfect English, so I was confused, and there was something about her mom, and so I messaged her uncle, her mom's brother, and was like, hey, messaging me about her mom, like, what's up? And he's like, oh, her mom, I don't want to say her name, her mom died. She fell off a mountain. Yeah.
Whoa.
She fell off a mountain.
Whoa.
So crazy.
Whoa.
So crazy. Yeah, so every year the whole family would go to France to ski, and they would just do rich people stuff for a few weeks. And I guess they were there, and she said, I'm going to go on a hike by herself, which already is a red flag because she never did that shit. She always wanted the kids to do that stuff with her. And hours went by, it's getting dark, everyone's like, where is she? And they get a knock on the door, and it's a mountain ranger, and he has her ID and is like, do you guys know this woman? And they said, yeah. And they're like, we found her body at the base of a mountain.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and obviously I never told anyone in their family this, but I really think she killed herself. Just based on how I don't know, I felt how tormented she was. She was a lot. So
man.
It's a
now I feel bad that I said she sounds like a cunt.
No,
honestly,
dude,
honestly right after I said it, I was like, I shouldn't have said that.
No, I've said those exact words so many. Not even she sounds like she is. That's why I have very conflicted feelings about her. I'm like, yeah, I hated her, but I also felt bad for her. But I also was like, I don't know. Yeah, it was a lot, but yeah, it was interesting because that job, that was the kind of job that would have me wake up in the middle of the night, gasping, because I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to do whatever. And after I moved back home, I promised myself I would never, ever in my life ever again have a job that has me feeling like that. I'll never have a job that I need to take work home, that I need to stay after 5 or whatever, that has me thinking about work outside of work. ever. I don't care how much it pays. Like, it's not worth it. And I haven't. I've turned down jobs that I thought would be like that. And I think that served me. It was a learning experience.
Yeah, I mean, you know, life is so complicated like that, because like this lady, it sounds like, you know, something fucked up happened to her, and so she's like taking it out on everyone else, and then it ends with her fucking, you know, that's a real real tricky one.
Yeah, but at the same time, I was like 20, and I'm like, this is a lot. Like, I can't, I don't know. And I was just one person.
So what happened with your boyfriend? Like, what's that whole story?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. We were together while I was there. So actually it was interesting because he and his friend had plans to come to the U.S. for a month and do like a little U.S. trip. And then I found out I got this job in Denmark. And when she hired me, she was like, I need you here in a week. So that was pretty insane. I was actually living in LA at the time. And it went from trying to find my bearings in LA to, oh my God, I have to move back to my hometown to say goodbye to my friends and family because I'm going to be moving across the world in 1 week and I don't know when I'll be back. And the week that I moved to Denmark was the same week my boyfriend at the time and his best friend were coming to the U.S. So the whole first month I was in Denmark, I knew nobody. I didn't have my boyfriend there. He was here in the U.S. So that was pretty crazy. But after that, I ended up getting an apartment with my friend, and then eventually me and my boyfriend moved in together, and it was cool. And he came back with me when I had to move back because, you know, you get a residence permit as an au pair, and after so long, it expires, and then that's it. And I tried everything to stay in Denmark, everything. Denmark is like one of the hardest countries in the world to get citizenship. And it doesn't matter if I got married to my boyfriend even. It does not guarantee me anything. And it's like a point system out there. And if you don't reach 100 points, then they're like, sorry, you're not good enough. And I think being like a doctor or a lawyer, stuff like that, gets you like 50 points. Like they want useful people, which I can't blame them, I guess. But
so is that part of why you guys broke up?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he came back with me for like 2 weeks or something, and it was fun. Like, oh yeah, all over California, European guy, whatever. But at the end of 2 weeks, it was like, okay, I mean, what? We're not like, this isn't gonna work. There's just no way. So yeah, we broke up. But
where are you living now?
I mean, I don't really. I'm in California, in the Bay Area.
You say, I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. You said you still keep in touch with him?
I mean, I don't keep in touch with him. We like follow each other, and I still keep in touch with a lot of people from there that we are our mutual friends, but like we don't talk. But you know, we're friendly. And
what's life like nowadays in California?
It's cool. I'm married now, and
oh wow,
me and my husband. Yeah. I mean, this was like 10 years ago.
Oh. This was all 10 years. Oh, okay. I didn't realize this was that long. Okay, so how old are you now?
I'm 34.
Oh, okay. So this is just like 14 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess. Whoa, no, 14 years. Well,
you said you were 20.
14 years ago. Yeah, I was 20 when I went there, and then when I came back home, I was like 23. But yeah, I guess 11. Yeah, that's crazy. Whoa. Yeah, no, I'm married now, and it's funny because when my ex came out here, we went to a party, and a bunch of my friends were there, and my friend Caleb was at the party, and I'm introducing my boyfriend to everyone, and later, like days later or something, he's like, so what's up with you and Caleb? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, what's the history there? And I've known Caleb since I was about 15. We've never had anything romantic. We're just friends. And he did not believe me, never believed me. He always thought I was lying. And anyway, that's my husband, Caleb.
Mm. Wait, I'm sorry.
I wasn't lying.
Hold on. I'm sorry that I didn't understand just now. You're at Caleb is the friend that you never did anything with, or he's your husband?
Yeah. Both.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Same guy.
Okay, so he ended up being your husband.
Yeah, like years and years later, we ended up starting to date, and then that's who I'm married to now. So
it's always the guy. It's always the guy she tells you not to worry about.
Yes.
You married the guy you told him not to worry about. That's funny. That's funny.
Literally. But I was being honest. There truly never was. I want that to be on the record. There really never was anything between me and him. Until years later, it was like, oh, but clearly he saw something between us that we didn't see. I don't know, the chemistry. Who knows? So
in that case, how long have you known your husband for?
A long time. We met when I was about 15.
Wow.
Just through mutual friends. He was in a band, and my friend was like, "Want to see this band tonight?" And we just had a ton of mutual friends and have stayed friends. I have a lot of friends from when I was about 15, where I have a lot of friends from that era, and he's one of them.
And what do you do now in California?
Oh, God. My job is so boring. It's not even... I work for the state.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that's worth mentioning. It's just a boring state job, but it's cushy. I mean, when you work for the state, it's, like, impossible to get fired, and you get like retirement and all that shit.
So yeah, looking back on all this and like talking about it right now, since it's been so long since, do you feel like your life worked out better having left Denmark, or do you ever think about what it would be like if you stayed?
Sometimes I would think about it, but then I would see like what my ex is up to, and I would be like, nah, hell nah. There's no way. Like he just seems so like he doesn't know he has no direction in life. He just seems like he's kind of flailing, and I wouldn't be down for that. I'd want to be with someone that's more grounded, and I don't know. It wouldn't have worked out anyway. Would it have been cool though to live in Denmark? Hell yeah. I would be stoked to live in Denmark, but as far as being with my ex, I don't think it would have lasted anyway. He's just, I don't know, doing his thing. But yeah, I've thought about it, but I think I like my life now. I love my life. And we bought our first house this year, or last year, 2024. But yeah, so I like how things turned out. I think it was meant to be. I'm glad I had that experience though out there. I mean, gave me a very good work ethic for sure. And it made me like set boundaries for what I want in a job, what I'm willing to put up with and say no to and stuff. And yeah, I had like a cool experience living in another country for a long time. And I still understand a good amount of Danish, which is cool. The language I don't know anyone that knows anything about. But yeah, it was awesome. I'd recommend it to anyone.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to take, if the live Twitch chat watching wants to ask any questions, I'll give them a chance to put some questions in the chat. Just real quick, this has literally nothing to do with anything, but I'm looking at the Twitch chat, and somebody in the chat wrote, damn, the gecko got chunky. But there's a little icon. Hold on. There's a little icon next to their name that says that they're only listening to the stream. They're not even watching it.
What?
So how did they even know? Anyway, I don't know. I don't give a shit. But I just thought it was funny that they weren't even watching the stream. Okay, somebody said, was the food good there?
It was okay. Honestly, it was kind of bland. It's funny because they did not have any hot sauce out there. Their hot sauce was Tabasco. That's all they had. And I came back to California one time for 5 days, and I brought hella shit back. They don't have corn tortillas out there either. So I brought back corn tortillas. I brought back a huge, like, the giant bottle of Tapatio, I think 2 of them. And I brought back, like, all these dried chili peppers. And I had a dinner party in my tiny-ass apartment. And I made enchiladas and, like, rice and beans and guacamole and all these things. And it was like they tasted flavor for the first time. The people I had over, it was like their minds were blown. Oh, and I brought back red vines. The only licorice they have out there is black licorice, and they love that shit. And I brought back red vines, and everyone was like, wow, this shit's hella good. But yeah, all they eat out there is like pork and pickled fish.
Now, I've maybe mentioned this on this podcast about 200 times. Did you go to 7-Eleven, and did you get the chicken on a stick there?
Hell yeah. That was my first experience with a nice 7-Eleven. And I've been to Japan, and, like, obviously that's, like, the best 7-Eleven ever. But Denmark, I didn't know 7-Elevens in other countries were good. I didn't know that was a thing. And what was interesting to me out there, too, was the people behind the counter at 2 a.m. when you're wasted and going to 7-Eleven to eat are, like, teenagers. It's like teenager guys and girls working 7-Eleven at 2 a.m. in a major city. That was insane to me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the fact that you could get hot food that's actually good.
I know,
like,
it's insane.
Chicken, kebabs and stuff. And that was my first experience with that. And I thought, wow, why can't we have that?
Somebody asked, okay, so when that girl messaged you for the first time in a while, and her English was broken, but you remember her having good English. Did you ever figure out why her English was broken? Like, was it because when you first said that, I was like, oh, somebody's messaging you through her account or something like that.
Dude, that's exactly what I thought. I thought she was like hacked or something. I think she was distraught. I think she was just messaging me while being distraught, which is like sad to think about. But yeah, I think she was just probably, I don't know, not thinking straight and just getting out the first words she could think of to put a sentence together. But yeah, that's my guess, but I don't know. I didn't ask her. Probably never will.
Somebody said, so Denmark is known as like the happiest country in the world. Having gone there, does that check out to you?
Yeah, kinda. Like, I mean, I was broke as hell because this lady was paying me, and there was a minimum she had to pay, and she stayed at that minimum. But out there, like, I had friends that were working, like, in a grocery store, bagging groceries, and they made enough money to have their own apartment. And, you know, you get free education, free health care. And then on top of that, if you go to school out there, the government sends you a check every month. And I was like, what is that check for? So, like, financial aid? And they're like, no, it's literally the government being like, good for you for going to school. Thank you. Here's a reward. Here's a check. Keep it up.
Wow. That's awesome.
And people pay their rent and shit with that. And but speaking of free healthcare, I got hit by a car while living in Denmark while riding my bike. And that free healthcare really kicked in for me. And I got pneumonia while I lived out there, and I thought I was going to die.
So one person said, what were the people there like? And then another person said, are the people there boring?
No, I don't think they're boring. They're really interesting. And there were, for the most part, they spoke English. Weirdly, my ex spoke the best English. I mean, he sounded American when you would talk to him. And I asked him how his English was so good, and he said from playing online video games for so many years. And so a lot of the people I spoke with, it would be like very broken English. But I mean, I got to know a lot of people, and no, they weren't boring. They were really cool. And what was the other question?
Just like what the people are like in general.
Oh, they were cool, but man, I felt so ugly living out there. Like,
people there are very beautiful. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, everyone is like at least 5'8", 5'9", like girls, just everyone. And very beautiful, blonde hair. Like, everyone looks like a model. And I'm hella short, brown hair. Like, I don't look like a model. I don't know. So everyone's gorgeous, and I felt very ugly.
Well, I'm really glad to hear that everything worked out so well for you. I appreciate you taking all this time to tell us your life story. I feel like, again, I always talk about this, like, my favorite, I really enjoy talking to you because, like, I like hearing about people's, like, life experience and, how things take twists and turns and work out in kind of unconventional ways. And I'm sure there'll be at least a person or two who listens to your story and maybe it gives them some kind of context for their own life story of some kind. So I appreciate you sharing. Is there, I guess, before we go, is there any other, like, aspect of anything you wanted to talk about or anything you want to say? The floor is yours before we go, if there's anything else.
Oh, man, there is something else I want to talk about, but it's almost 7, and I'm supposed to meet my friend at 7:30 for dinner. So, no, but can I shout out my band?
Yeah, please. What's your band?
We're called Night School, and our Instagram is Night School Band, and you should give us a follow. We just finished recording our EP, so we'll be releasing new music soon. And if you live in the Bay Area, we play shows. So. Oh,
look! You got a blue check mark. Look at
that. Yeah, we're official.
Pretty cool. What kind of music is this? You? I guess there's no. That was a stupid question to ask over the phone. But is this how many? This is there four people in the band.
Yeah, there's 4 of us.
Cool.
I actually just made a shirt today for merch. I was like painting with bleach, and it turned out pretty sick. So
kick ass! All right, cool, man. Well, I got it. What kind of music you guys play?
Oh man, the best way to describe it, I guess, is shoegaze. I never know what kind of genre to describe us as, but I mean, we're on all like streaming platforms and stuff, so you can listen to us anywhere.
Ooh, you guys have a show. You have a show. Can I shout out your show?
Yeah. In a couple weeks. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you got a show in San Francisco on January 23rd. That sounds cool. I don't just like all like the I don't know, just scrolling through the Instagram. I'm like, all right, I gotta check out this band. This looks cool.
Yeah, check us out. And when you're here, I mean, if we're playing, come see us. But yeah, if you come here again, I do want to go to your show. I actually had tickets to one of your San Francisco shows, and I ended up like not being able to go, and I just had the tickets. I don't have any friends that listen to you, which is sad. But I talk you up all the time. I tell people about you, and they're like, "Therapy Gecko," and I'm like, "No, just listen. You just gotta listen."
Well, thanks. But hopefully, I'm returning the favor with by shouting out Night School. I'm sure you'll get some Gecko people in there. Yeah. Let me know if anyone shows up. Let me know if anyone shows up to your show and it's like, I heard about you on the Gecko podcast.
Oh, dude. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, if you come to our show, I mean, you won't know which person I am, but come up to one of us and just ask if I talked on Therapy Gecko. But, yeah.
What's your name again?
My love.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. All right, my love, thank you for calling.
Come on, say goodbye, my love. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks for calling, man. Thanks for sharing your story, and good luck, dog.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
That was cool. I like that. I liked that story. Yeah, dude. That's a crazy, twisty, turny tale right there. That's a crazy, twisty, turny tale right there. I'm gonna check this out. Night School Band. That sounds cool. Hey, man, what's your name?
If you want, you can give me a name. I like when you do that.
Cool. I'll call you, Stacy.
Stacy, I like that.
What's going on, Stacy?
Not much right now. I'm just hanging out. My house. Not much going on. Just watching my roommate play Minecraft.
Is there anything you wanted to talk about today, Stacy?
Nothing really super in particular. There's a few like not so serious things and more serious things. You
Sure.
go like with like a not so serious type question if you want.
Dear God, please, I beg you, please give me a not serious question.
Okay, so something I've been thinking about a lot recently, because like Taco Bell has like brought back some of their old discontinued items. It's just like old discontinued items that I really, really like, because I love the caramel apple empanada. I don't know if you ever had that, but that thing is literally like my dad as a kid would always give that shit to me.
Stop. What?
I'm stopping.
What the fuck is a caramel apple empanada?
You've never had that before.
You're lying to me.
I am not lying to you. Okay. Do you remember like when McDonald's used to have like the fried apple pies?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like that basically. It's like so good. It's amazing. It's just like an apple pie type filling, and then they fry it. I mean, I don't know if they actually fry it, but it's like a fried type texture.
And this is a Taco Bell item?
Yeah, right now they brought it back for a limited time. It used to be like around more like in the 2000s and stuff.
Jamie, pull up a caramel apple empanada.
It's
right,
so good, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. That's insane. USA Today, Taco Bell's caramel apple empanada is back. What the fuck? Oh my god. Yeah, this is real. I've never heard of this. That's crazy. Oh my god.
I'm telling you, you're missing out.
Whoa.
As a kid, every time I would be begging my dad, I was like, please, 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 can I get a caramel apple empanada? I'm struggling.
Wow.
But it's amazing.
Okay. Okay, so go ahead. What is it about the caramel apple empanada?
Like, what is it that makes it so amazing, or what is it?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said you had a not. Sorry, I thought you said you had a not serious question. I thought there was a question about the empanada.
Well, my question was gonna be if there was any discontinued fast food item that you like hold near and dear to your heart that you really want to see come back.
Oh man. I'm trying to think here. Dude, not really. Like, all my favorites are... Oh, wait. I actually do have an answer. Do they still have the quesarito?
Dude, no, they... Okay. So they
Okay, that's my answer, the quesarito.
You can kind of get them to make... You can kind of get them to make it, though. I have a friend who works at Taco Bell, and he taught me the hack.
What, like the hack is
you beg
them to... Is it just you beg them to wrap a burrito in a quesadilla?
Well, no, you can literally, like, if you do it on the app, you can customize one of their items to make it so it's basically a quesarito.
Whoa. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you do the 5-layer burrito, take the fucking beans off of that, because the beans are terrible and they don't go in a quesarito. Take those off. Add the spicy, like, chipotle sauce that they have, and then you add rice. And have them grill it, that's a quesarito.
Man, there are enough ads in this podcast already, but this is fully... I just want people to know this is not like a sponsored segment. I just genuinely take a lot of joy in talking about Taco Bell.
Oh, I absolutely love Taco Bell.
By the way, just to even reiterate the fact that this is not sponsored, if you're listening to this right now, I actively suggest that you never, ever, ever go to Taco Bell for the rest of your life. I really think, like, if you were to ask me...
What about just for the caramel apple empanada?
No, if you were to ask me, like, if you were to ask me to describe the day in a life of a happy, healthy human being, nowhere in that day does it involve them going to Taco Bell. So I enjoy eating Taco Bell and talking about it, but I can't, in good conscience or faith, recommend anyone ever go there and eat any of the food there.
I mean, I get it, but it also makes me sad to hear you say that.
Why? Hold on. Why does that make you sad?
I go to Taco Bell, I mean, at least 3 times a week usually. So, I mean,
Yeah,
that means at least 3 days out of my week are not happy days, according to you.
Well, I mean, I don't. What's your definition of happiness?
I mean, honestly, for me, it's like if I get something done in the day that makes me like feel like I did something good for someone else or something in the world, at least. I feel like I've done something to have me have like a good, happy day.
Okay,
but
all right.
I don't know. That's just me.
I mean, you're gonna get
Taco Bell doesn't
diarrhea.
really add to that, I guess. But Taco Bell will be a reward if I do something like that.
Sure. Look, I'm just being. Look, here's the thing. I also eating a lot of Taco Bell makes me really happy, but it also makes me feel like shit as eating fast food does. I'm not trying. By the way, I'm not trying to be like a dick about any of this. This is just realistic. This is just a realistic balancing.
So honestly, I should definitely not.
No. Like here's the thing: is like because a hypocrite is somebody who like talks about doing something that they would like. I'm trying not to be a hypocrite, but like there's a different word maybe of like I eat a lot, like eating a lot of Taco Bell. I enjoy it, but I know I shouldn't do it.
You're like basically like you yourself do it, but you're not recommending it to other people, and you know yourself that it's not the best thing to be doing it, but you get some enjoyment out of it, so you're gonna do it.
Right, it's like a reverse hypocrite.
Yeah, I don't know what the word for that would be, but there definitely should be a word for that.
You said, what was the other thing you wanted to say? You said you had a couple of not serious things and maybe one serious thing.
I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know how much you smoke, but I smoke, but I'm trying to like weed. I'm trying to get down on it, but like, I just don't really know the best. I don't know. It's hard. I don't know if you have any tips or anything on that. I don't know how much you smoke.
I probably, yeah. I mean, we talked about this. We've talked about this a bunch of times. I probably smoke weed every day. I like it, and I put it on the same level as Taco Bell. It's like, is it a doctor recommended? Probably not. But I don't know. You'll be fine. Maybe. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so. What's your name again?
Well, I had you give.
Stacy. I'm so sorry, Stacy, but I can't have this. I can't have a conversation every podcast about smoking weed every day.
No, you're all good. I get it. I mean, I talked about Taco Bell. What do you expect?
Yeah. Well, I'm happy for you that thank you for ruining my life by telling me about the caramel apple empanada. I will definitely be trying that.
If you do try it, please talk about it sometime after you try it on like maybe one of the like male Gecko episodes or something like that.
I promise you, Stacy, if I ever eat this, I'm not gonna tell anyone. This will absolutely be a secret thing that I do if I end up doing it.
It will be life-changing, though, if you ever do try it. I'm just telling you.
Stacey, is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
No. Just thanks for talking to me. It was awesome. Everyone keep trying and calling. I've tried a lot, and I finally got it.
Hell yeah. Take care, man.
You too.
Hello?
Hi, I'm Frank.
Frank.
Holy shit, yo.
What's up?
Yes, that's me.
What's up? What's up, Frank?
I was hanging out with my friends, and we were watching the Lions-Viking football game, and I saw you were streaming, and I was like, yo, guys, I gotta fucking go. Like, tonight's the night. I'm calling the Gecko. It's happening.
Cool.
And they were like,
Very
no,
good.
Frank, you gotta stay for the game. Stay for the game. And I was like,
fuck the game.
I don't know. I'm not really like that. Right? Thank you. I don't know. I'm not a huge, like, football fan, like, go Birds and all, but, like, I don't know. Football's not my vibe, so Geck's my vibe. I was like, I gotta fucking try and call.
When you say go Birds, what game is this? What game is on?
It's the Detroit Lions and the Vikings, but I'm from Philly, so it's always go Birds time.
Yeah. I remember when the Eagles won the Super Bowl in 2018. Everyone stormed the city and I was in Philly at the time, and everyone stormed the city.
Nuts. I was in high school at the time, and I went to the parade, and that was like the first time I ever day drank. Like, I was a theater kid in high school, so it was a big thing for me to even go to the game. Like, everybody was like, let's go to the parade. And I was like, I don't watch football, but, like, I guess. And I begged my mom. I was like, Mom, everybody's taking the train. It'll be super safe. Like, we're going to ride the train together. And we had rehearsal that day, and we all got so trashed. Like, showed up to rehearsal, kind of hungover. It was so fun. Like, most insane day of my life. Well, actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. But it was pretty lit. It was pretty lit.
So, Frankie,
really fun.
What is it you wanted to talk about today?
Honestly, I don't know. I have a few things on my mind, and one of them's kind of stupid, but I just have wanted your opinion because, I don't know, you're a guy, and I feel like you'll be able to, like, give me just the opinion. I broke up with my ex. All right, let's just start there. I met the most wonderful guy this summer after a really horrible relationship. I was dating somebody who I met my freshman year of college. I actually moved out of the country to be with him. I dropped out of college. I did a whole, like, I really just, like, upended my life to be with this guy. And I, like, was down bad. I was in love with him. I got a dog. We were, like, doing the thing. I was in a whole nother, I was living in Puerto Rico. It was beautiful. And we broke up he dumped me, like, 4 years ago. And it's been a really long time, like, getting back into the dating scene. And this past summer, I met this guy. Such a nice guy. Like, truly so nice. But I just had a feeling from the beginning. I was like, I don't know, something just seems off. Like, and I think, I don't know. I, like, told him from the get-go, too. I was like, I'm worried I'm going to break your heart. Like, this is the first healthy relationship I've been in, and, like, something just doesn't seem right. And he knew, like, right away. He was like, I want kids. I want to get married. I'm going to, like, I just love having, like, a wife, like, the idea of a wife. And, like, I don't know. That's just, like, not me. And it felt like a lot. And then for a while, everything was going really great. And I don't know. I think I broke his heart. Like, everything was great. And he would hang out with my friends and they all got along. But, like, I would go home and I just knew, like, something wasn't right. And I think part of it is, like, I mean, I don't really care, like, what people have going on, but I'm pretty sure I'm kind of gay, and that was, like, something that wasn't fair to, like, him to, like, be in the middle of, you know what I mean? How am I supposed to figure out, like, my own shit when I have a boyfriend who's, like, very monogamous and, like, does that make sense?
Yeah, yes.
Sorry, I feel like I'm going so hard right now. Like,
No.
That I'm, like, literally, I feel like I'm screaming at you right now.
No, tell your story.
So, anyways, we dated for not even that long. Like, after, like, a month, he told me he loved me. Like, it was very fast. I met his family, like, and it was so nice. But the whole time I knew in the back of my head, like, this guy's so into you and you don't know what you want to do. And, like, it felt not fair to, like, be with somebody who cared so much about me when I didn't know what I wanted to do. And it felt like I was dragging him along. And, like, truly, I've never had somebody treat me like that. And I just the whole time knew it wasn't right. And we had, like, the most amazing weekend. We went to, like, Oktoberfest with my friends. And I was so, like, sick knowing that it wasn't the right fit for me that I couldn't even be alone. Like, my anxiety was just eating at me every day. And all my family and friends were like, you're self-sabotaging. Like, you've never had somebody be this nice to you, and now he's, like, so nice to you that you're trying to ruin it. But, like, I knew. Like, I feel like you know when you really want to be with somebody. And, like, I wanted it to work so bad, but I felt like I was playing straight and, like, being somebody I wasn't. And I just woke up one morning and was like, I have to end it. Like, and it was so hard. I felt horrible. He called me that morning and was like, let's go take the dogs for a walk, because, like, our dogs were friends. It was really sweet. And I packed up all his stuff and I met him outside and I made him come to my car. And I feel like I broke his heart, and, like, he cried. Like, it was a lot. Like, I feel horrible. And I, like, tried to make it make sense to him. And I was like, listen, like, you're so great and you're so wonderful. And, like, I just feel like I have been trying really hard to make this work, but, like, you deserve somebody that wants to be in the same boat as you. And, like, I just felt horrible because he was trying so hard to, like, make it work too. He was like, I'll do whatever you want, like, we can. And I was like, no, that's not the thing. Like, I want you to be happy with whoever you're going to be with. And I guess what I'm worried about now is that like broke his heart, and like, would you hate that person like down the line? Like if you thought about it and somebody broke up with you because they were like, hey, we have so much fun and like this all seems so perfect, but like it's not the right fit. Like, do you think you would hate that person down the line, or do you think you'd look back on it and be like, yeah, that sucked. That really sucked. I wish that it worked out, but I'm also glad that they did that because now I can find somebody that I feel the same way about.
I really don't think you did this guy wrong. I really agree with the way that you're looking at it, because if you had a gut feeling about this relationship, and if you were to just continue to ignore your gut feeling over and over and over again until it got too late, right? And you were like married and had a kid with this guy.
Like,
yeah, no, you didn't do this guy. I think you did the right thing.
Nuts?
Yeah.
It was to the point where I felt so bad that I was like trying to force myself to stay, and I was like, I'll just get pregnant. Like, what?
Yeah,
if
it's terrible. Yeah.
Like I'll make it work. Like I'll be his stay out. Like no, like that's just not okay. Okay, cool.
Well,
that's
yeah, well,
I needed to make sure.
Well, it's an interesting.
Like, fucking nuts.
No, it's an interesting. It's like a truly interesting thing, and I think about it a lot. Like, okay, like obviously, I think with relationships, like there does come a point where you have to be like, okay, this is like a challenge that, like, what's the line between this is a challenge or a difference that I want to work to overcome? Because I think all relationships have that. And then what's the line between that and no, this just isn't working and this is unreconcilable? And it's hard, exactly. And it is it's like very hard, I think, to discern between what's like worth what are just like hurdles that are necessary to accomplish as part of being in a relationship versus like overall this is just a complete irreconcilable difference. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard, and it is very hard, and in a lot of ways I think subjective, the difference between those things. But overall, I don't think you did anything wrong. I don't think you if you were like cheating on this guy and you were like trying to make it like that would be doing it wrong. But no, like just ending the relationship because it didn't feel right to you, even if he was treating you well, I think is great. Like if I think is not a bad I don't think you did this guy wrong.
Amazing. Thank you. That was good. That was good, Geck. This is so surreal. I cannot believe this is happening right now. How have you been? How are you?
How am I?
Like,
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing okay. Life is nice. It's nice to be alive. It's way better than the alternative, to be dead forever. By the way, you said you had a. I feel like maybe I'm hearing this wrong, but I think you said you had multiple things, and this was just one of them.
This is, yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm going through like insane shifts in my life. Your podcast, so I'm not an old listener. I just started listening to you like 3 months ago, but when I listen to podcasts, what I like to do is I start at your first ever episode and I listen from there. So I've really only listened to a few of your newer episodes. But this shit, this is one of my favorite things to listen to. Like when I was going through all that shit, I would put this on and it was in the background and it would just be so great to like hear what everybody's going through and just kind of be going through it together. And I think you're doing a fucking awesome thing.
Thank you, Frank.
I honestly, of course, Geck. Like, dude, it's every time my boss makes fun of me every time I groom dogs. So sometimes when I'm grooming a dog, I'll put your podcast on and I'll listen and she'll be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, just listen to the therapy, Gecko. Like, she's like, dude, you're always listening to that shit. I'm like, yeah, because it's fucking good. My other thing, honestly, is kind of just what you've been hearing a lot because it's the new year. Is like, I want to start going to the gym and like I'm trying to eat healthier. My biggest thing is I've been trying to quit vaping, and that is like a bitch and a half. But I think we're working through it. Honestly, it could be worse. It could be worse. I'm alive. I'm here. I feel like that's something that a lot of people are struggling with recently. I feel like so many people I know, like, it went from being nobody smokes to now everybody either, like, smokes weed, which I love because, like, I fucking love weed, or they vape. And I feel like I need to pick one of the two. I feel like my lungs can't do both. So I'm going to stick with weed.
Yeah. For whatever, I'm not one to, well, for my, I don't know if I would call them New Year's resolutions, but just my, like, resolutions. I'm noticing that, I think to actually do any of this shit, you have to, like, love the process of it. You know what I mean? Like when I'm trying to lose weight and shit, like, I genuinely, like, when I go to the gym or I go on long walks or I do my fasts, I don't go like, oh, I have to fast or I have to go to the gym and it sucks, and, like, I don't view it as a chore. Like, I like it.
Sure.
I like
exactly
being because it used to be that I would just, like, I had no, like I had no control over my eating and over food, and I was reading some journals I wrote, like, a couple years ago about how just, like, I can't get it under control, and, like, I'm genuinely enjoying the process of, like, fucking, like, writing down writing down what I'm eating, and, like, fasting, and, like, going, like, I'm enjoying the process of losing weight. I don't want to do this as a sprint. That's kind of how I used to do it. I would do, like, keto, or I would do, like, really, 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 restrictive shit, just try to get it all over with. And now this year specifically, I think, is the first year where I've been trying to just take it very slow and kind of try to make it more of, like, a lifestyle change and less of a crash. And we'll see how it goes, but I'm feeling pretty damn good about it.
I feel that. I feel like I just turned 24. I feel like my prefrontal cortex is getting to that point where it's, like, almost there. And I will say, I mean, I've come a long way. When I was dating that little turd knocker previously, I was, like, heavily into drugs. I was a complete fucking mess. Like, my life was just, like, candy flipping and, like, ketamine every day. And I will say the best thing I ever did was get a dog and like, get my shit together. Like, that was, and I will say it's so much fun now. Like, I've been trying to, like, eat healthier and, like, do the thing. And I will say, like, the meal prepping has been fun. And, like, I think the way you just put it, like, looking at it less as, like, I have to get it all done today. Like, just taking it day by day is, like, the best thing that you can do. You should look into getting a dog, dude.
Oh, no, I don't want to get a dog. I have a stuffed dog that is pretty good.
Really?
It does the job of a normal dog.
I get it.
Yeah.
Listen, I tell everybody, I'm like, you should get a dog, but at the same time, I'm like, listen, it's a lot. Like, it's a true labor of love. So when people are like,
I have a dead plant in my apartment right now, and I'm glad I'm glad it's a plant and not a dead dog.
Yeah, that's fair.
Frank, is there anything else you?
I just gotta shut up my window.
Oh, Frank, is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
No, I hope they have a wonderful night. I'm so glad I got to talk to you. This was fucking awesome. I wish I had, like, something better planned, but honestly, I really think that this is what I needed.
Thank you, Frank. Have a good rest of the day.
Of course.
God bless America. And I'll talk to you in another. I'll talk to you in another lifetime.
In another lifetime, baby. Have a good one, Geck. It was so great chatting with you. I appreciate it, man.
Bye, Frank.
Fuck yeah. Peace. Bye.
Hello.
Oh my god, this is insane. I'm sorry, I was the one who said you looked Asian.
Oh, okay. Well, like in the chat?
Yeah, in the chat. I'm sorry.
What's your name?
My name's Bev.
Bev. What's, like, beverage?
Yeah. No, like Beverly.
Well, Beverly, what's up? How can I help you today? What's going on? What's going on in your life that you want to talk about?
Not much. I'm just kind of chilling. I took a walk earlier. I live by the docks, so it's quite scenic. Yeah, also I saw your show in London and it was great.
Oh, you saw the show in London? Oh man, that was, I gotta say, that show in London was one of my favorites I ever did at the Clapham Grand.
Yes.
That was one of the nights of my life. Let me tell you, that was a good time.
Oh, cool. I mean, I couldn't be bothered to like line up to meet you afterwards.
Nah, it's okay.
But
well, so here's what here's what happened is me and my buddy David, we were doing the Europe tour, and I did a show in Amsterdam, a show in Berlin, and a show in Manchester. And at all of my shows, people line up. I meet everyone after the show, and everyone comes up to me, and they're happy and they're satisfied. And but sometimes I'll do a show, and I'm just like, I didn't feel like I did a great job. And like 3 shows in a row, I got off stage being like, fuck, I feel like I fucked that one up. I'm not satisfied with it. I feel like, I could have been a better host. I could have, had more energy with it. And it was like 3 shows in a row of that. And I got off stage at at 3 of those shows, and I said to David, I was like, fuck, man, I'm like, I don't know if I can like keep doing this. Like, I'm just not performing to the degree that I like, to the level that I want to. And then that show in London, I felt so good about it. I got off stage, and I just gave David a big hug, and I was like, dude, finally, we did one that I felt really happy with. So that was a great moment. That felt really good.
Do you think the crowd helped as well? Because I always think that London's quite a vibe.
Yeah, the crowd was great. The crowd was great. I had an awesome time. I had an awesome time. And London's a great city. What do you guys got? You got fish and chips?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got
there's
fish and chips.
There's actually like a Chinese guy who makes fish and chips down the road from me, and it's like the best fish and chips I've ever tasted.
Very good.
So I mean, that's not really British. But yeah, London's cool, I guess. Talking about like traveling, I do kind of want to travel to the US, but like it seems a bit crazy over there.
Crazy in what sense?
I don't know. There's always stuff happening. People getting shot.
You're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna get. Actually, okay. Well, hold on. Well, you're not gonna get shot if you come to the U.S. Here's the thing. I will say, of all the places I have been, the most dangerous is probably New York and Los Angeles of any of the places that I have been. So I guess that's true. But no, you're not gonna get like shot if you come to the U.S.
Okay.
I mean,
but just in general, stuff happens.
Just stuff happens. Stuff happens everywhere. Like, what stuff are you talking about?
I don't know.
Like
it
what
just seems more dangerous that, like, people getting robbed, people getting like harassed on the train. To see that lady who got burned on the train.
There was a lady that did happen. There was a lady who got burned. That is undeniable.
Trump.
Yeah.
So many things.
Trump is there's Trump, but like he's not gonna get you. You know, you're not gonna be like walking down the street and he shows up and he like grabs you. You know, he's not.
Are you sure?
He's in some other room. He's in some room somewhere doing something and talking to someone, and you know, he's not he's like in all of our lives, but he's not sitting in the chair across from you like.
Okay.
You know, spilling
he's not an immediate threat.
Yeah, he's not like behind. He's not. You're not gonna like open a door and he punches you in the face. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. Cool. Thank you for reassuring me.
Right. Well, so what else? What do you want to do if you come here? Where do you want to go?
I want to eat so much food. Like, I just want to eat what you guys eat, which is like really fatty, shitty stuff.
Yeah. The one thing, if I were going to America and I'd never been before, the one thing that we have here that they really, truly, truly do not have anywhere else is Chick-fil-A. Because you guys have McDonald's. They have like Five Guys, I think, even in Europe. Yeah, but there's no Chick-fil-A's in Europe.
Yeah. I really want to try Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out.
In-N-Out's pretty good. In-N-Out's pretty good. Five Guys is better though, but Chick-fil-A will blow your tits off.
Okay. Well, okay. Beverage. Do you know what? I hate that you made that joke because I just hate that joke. The beverage thing.
Oh, the beverage thing? Yeah. I mean, whatever. Sometimes you just say stuff.
Yeah, sorry. I was just reading the chat. Yeah, I want to eat a lot of food in America. I want to go to the grocery store and see what it's like. I want to go to Costco and see what it's like. I want to like go on a hike and go skiing and go to the beach all in the same country.
Come hang.
Like that's lit. Yeah. Yeah, but for now I'm stuck in London for a bit.
What do you do in London? What's going on over there?
I work for a large supermarket in their office, which is nice. I work as part of the buying team, which is not very interesting. Yeah.
Cool. Very nice. Very good. Well, come to America and, see for yourself. If I tell you what, if you come to America and you do get shot and killed, I will give you whatever money you spent back to have this phone call. That's my money back guarantee.
Oh my God, I'm probably running up the bit. Yo. Anyways, two things. Have you ever watched Broad City?
Yeah, I know Broad City.
Okay, yes. So when I imagine going to New York, I like to think of Broad City because I'm a stoner and I'm a girl. I mean, I'm not Jewish or white, but I'm black. But yeah, I always imagined New York to be like that, just going on an adventure pretty much every day and smoking loads of weed. Also, have you watched Lost?
I've not watched Lost.
Okay, well, you look like a character in Lost called Hurley.
Oh, God,
I've always thought that.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna look this up, and I know I'm gonna fucking hate it. Hold on.
Wait, no, just the face.
Hurley Lost. Oh, God damn it. All right.
No, but I mean, Hurley's cute.
No, I get you. I get it.
Like, and even the way he speaks, like, guys, do you agree? Like, the way he speaks, it's very similar.
Right, well,
I'm not trying.
I get it. It's all right. It's my fault. Look, it's not your fault that I definitely look like this guy. It's
okay.
It's not. You're not. I have habits in my life and routines that I have enforced consciously and subconsciously that are the reason that I look like this guy. So it's not your fault. I don't blame you.
Okay, but also you don't look like him weight or body wise. I just mean your face and also the way you guys sound alike.
Well, listen, Bev, you should come to America, eat some Chick-fil-A, and then we can both look like Harley from Lost.
Okay, cool.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
Peace and love to everyone. Be nice, be kind, and Happy New Year.
God bless. See you later, Bev.
Get bless. Mwah.
Hello, folks. It's Lyle here. That's the end of this episode, but get this. I'm releasing a bonus episode this week. That's right, an entire extra hour of the podcast that you can listen to by becoming a premium member of Therapy Gecko over at therapygecko.supercast.com. Supercast subscribers get access to bonus episodes. They get a completely ad-free podcast feed of the regular show. They get recordings from my live shows, members-only streams, and they help support my ability to continue doing this podcast. So here's a clip from this week's members-only bonus episode.
I feel kind of trapped. It's like I'm not really where I want to be, but...
Yeah, you never will be. You'll probably be a little bit depressed and unhappy forever.
My ex's dad is hard, probably a cannibal.
Your ex's dad is a cannibal.
Yeah.
You know what? Yes, I will take this journey with you. I will take this journey with you, Felix. Please take us on this journey together through whatever this story is gonna be. Can you hook me up with a tour of Universal Studios?
It's not Universal Studios.
I want to see how
That's
they
not a
made the
government
Jaws
facility,
ride.
I don't think.
Don't call back
mean-
unless if you can hook me up with a tour at Universal Studios. If you want to hear this full conversation, you can sign up to become a premium member at therapygecko.supercast.com or find the link in the episode description. That's therapygecko.supercast.com. All right, I have nothing else to say.